As long as you don't pop my eardrums, we're good.
I might, bro. Oh, what's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Square the Bear podcast. Today we have a very special guest. He's on his way to work right now, but super dope guy. His name is Luis Mejia. He is, and correct me if I'm wrong, bro, if you want to change it. So, you are a gym owner. You own Combat Sports Collective, and then you're also a photographer. I don't know if you do videography, but yeah.
Yeah, I do video. I pass the video stuff on to my son.
Yeah.
My son, he has more time on his hands, so I have him edit my videos, and he does his own videos, his own photography. He's pretty well known also.
Yeah. And dude, well, first, I just want to talk about how we met, dude. Honestly, well, you're a Libra too. Let's go, Libras. We're very personable and shit. But dude, I don't know. You hella stood out to me, dude, because that fight where we went at the weigh-ins, right? That was my friend's first fight. His name's Ivan Vasquez. Shout out Ivan. And dude, even today, I'm not hella knowledgeable with cameras, but you were hella nice, dude. You were just I forgot how we just started talking, but you just right away started putting me on game and were trying to teach me how to use my camera and shit. And I feel like I hella appreciated that because I feel like a bunch of people wouldn't take time out of their day to be let's help this fool out or whatever, And right away I could tell you were hella genuine, dude. So I was like, this was cool,
Right. Yeah. A lot of people they see too much competition and they get scared, man, and they don't like to help other people shine. You know what I mean? They feel that by helping somebody else, they're gonna take away from themselves.
Yeah.
And for me, it's the other way around. I rather, I have my own niche, I have my own style, I have my own eye, so there's nobody that's same as me.
Yeah.
So no matter what, I can give you the exact same settings of my camera, and you still won't take the same picture. You know what I mean? So for me, I rather teach a certain type of photography or something you want to do, and you blow up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I blow up on my side. So it's I don't mind, bro. I'm humble. I've always been humble. I've stayed humble, no matter what. And people like that. People appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool, bro. And what you're saying is right, man. Honestly, yeah, you can teach someone, but that doesn't mean they're gonna have the same style as you. Usually, everyone develops their own style. I don't even have a style still, bro. I'm just I'm still learning that shit. Editing and all that is hard for me, dude. It's not that I can't do it. I'm just lazy to learn, bro, and that's something I need to not do. But yeah, bro. How's your day been? Well, I know you were at the Brian Castano or Castano, right? I hope I'm saying it right.
Yeah.
Brian
Castano.
At the Brian Castano versus, I always confuse them, dude. Jamal Charlo weigh-ins.
Yeah, the brothers, the twins.
The twins. You were at the weigh-ins. How was that, dude? You were just you were taking pics and shit, or what?
Yeah, well, it's the press conference today, and then tomorrow is the weigh-in, and then Saturday's the fight. But yeah, it's pretty. The story's pretty kind of cool because I didn't know Brian Castano before I became part owner of the gym.
Yeah.
So as me and my partner were working together at the gym, we gave his trainer some of the tools to be a better trainer for Brian and all his other fighters, and that's how we kind of came together, and it kind of snowballed. I ended up me and my partner, we did I think it's Brian's last 3 outfits for his fight. And we became friends, like family almost,
Yeah.
I have his number, his dad's number, we message on WhatsApp and stuff. I've been doing the photos for them, and it was actually pretty cool that they asked me to shoot the fight. He likes my work, and he was like, hey, he's like, I want you to shoot my fight. And I'm like, sweet. And I got word the other day, and they're like, yeah, send me your ID so I can get you your credentials and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's badass, because this is the kind of stuff I have been working towards. I've been working. You know me. I've been working my ass off trying to do the best that I can in photography.
And your pictures are fucking amazing, bro. Like, I remember when,
Thank
and
you.
I don't know, bro. I think what I like about you too, bro, is that you're not biased. You know, like, when my homie fought, when my homie fought that one guy, I totally forgot his name, but he was obviously the B side. He was the B side for
Right.
sure. They took him in to lose, and like you actually got some like dope pictures, and like you were hella unbiased. So I was like, I appreciate that shit. My homie was like, "Oh shit, I did that," yeah. So he's like, "Yo, dude, like, yeah, that's crazy, bro. I don't even know how. I don't know. I mean, like, I have a camera, I have an A7 III, and you have the same one, dude. But it doesn't matter the camera, dude. It's all about the photographer. And like you were saying, everyone has like their own different style, and the thing with you, bro, is like, I don't know, what you do is amazing, bro. Like, it's crazy. You take, like, obviously you like, you have your own style, but you take pictures of a bunch of different things. You do like cars, you do people, you do banda, bands. Or banda is like it's like a Spanish bands basically, for obviously it translates to Spanish but bands, but yeah. And then you do fights and shit. So that's cool. And it's like, would you say this is like your biggest fight that you've worked, or have you worked like bigger ones?
Yeah. I've worked the Leo Santa Cruz fights, a couple of them. I've worked Wilder versus Ortiz, but I think by far. Oh, and I did the Uzcategui versus Caleb Plant.
Oh shit.
That one got me a front page of ESPN's. If you like that the day after the fight in the morning, it was funny because this was the first time that I had ever gotten any kind of media coverage.
Yeah.
Um, I'm sitting at the UFC gym because that's where I was training for a little bit, right? And I shot that fight, and I was like, damn, I'm like, nobody used my pictures, because usually somebody will hit me up or somebody will use my pictures, and or or I'll get all of a sudden I'll get a tag that somebody tagged me on my photo or something. And to me, this is kind of a pretty big fight, it was Cartagena versus Plant. And I was just like, I was kind of bummed out because I was like, man, nobody's hit me up. It's already like 10, 11 o'clock in the afternoon or in the morning, ready to be afternoon. And I get a text message by one of my buddies who does the Last Round 12 podcast, Danny Saldivar. And he's like, hey, cabrón. He's like, tú sí sabes, like, he's like, yeah, I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? And he's like, bro, he's like, are you fucking kidding me? And like, I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? He's like, bro, you're on fucking the front page of ESPN on the website. When you go to the website, the first page is your picture and your name right there. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he sends me the screenshot, dude. And I'm like, what the hell? And like, I literally wanted to cry, dude, because I had worked my ass off so much, bro, that I was just, I was like, I had let it go. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have my time when I have my time, And
yeah.
And that day I was really bummed out, and all of a sudden I get a message almost close to like noon, and he's like, bro, he's like, you're on fucking front page, dude. And I was like, ESPN front page. I was like, holy shit. And I hadn't even been in this industry doing that for not even for a year.
Damn.
So it blew me away, bro. Like, it literally blew me away, gave me chills. Like, I felt like crying. I was like, what the, you know what I mean? I'm like, me? And at that time, I had barely got my A7R3.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally bro.
Can you repeat that one more
Pretty
time?
crazy.
What you just said? My bad.
Oh no, I said that I had barely got my A7R3 at that time, and I shot that fight with the Kitlins.
Yeah.
So it was just the fact that, like BBC and a bunch of other like media outlets had like $10,000 rigs, the camera gear.
Yeah.
Here I am with my little fucking A7R3 with my kids, bro, and they use my shit for the front page. And I was like, wow. I was like, yep. One of mine, I guess Chris Farina.
Yeah.
He told me, he's like, it don't matter what camera you use, bro. He's like, as long as you know how to shoot, he's like, it don't matter what camera. You can be a film camera and you'll still blow people out of the water. And I took that to heart, and I did it, and They were even kind of trying to make fun of me, bro. Because you know, that was my first fight, my first game. I was like, all right, let's see what I can do. And my brand new camera with my kit lens, and I got the front page, dude. I was like blown away.
So like, just to recap, because you were like your service was like going out a bit. Basically, you had an A7R3, which is like more like the difference between the A7. So it's a Sony mirrorless camera, and the difference between the A7 III and the A7R3 is that the A7R3 is more for video. And when you say kit lens, you mean the lens it came with, right? If I'm right, or
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the
okay.
shitty one.
Yeah, damn, that's tight. And that like that's kind of fucked up, dude. That people are like making fun of you. You know, they're like, "Oh, look at this fool!" Like you're saying, like they have thousands of dollars and shit, like hella
Yeah,
expensive rigs, and you're over here like with your basic. And I wouldn't call it basic. It's a really good camera too, you know. But still, like,
3,000.
yeah, still like you got published, so that's good, bro. You know what? I'm curious, like bringing that up, like. What's the process, dude? Because, I'm always, like, I think one of the things that really interests me about fights is you see fights, you see videos, like, uploaded, like, fucking crazy fast, you know? Like, how do you just, like, upload them on a folder right away? Or as you're taking them, they're getting, like, uploaded? How does that work?
See, like me, I guess you can consider me, even though I'm older, I consider myself the new school
Mm-hmm.
because everybody that's there shooting, they have their old cannons, and they get the memory card and they put it either on their phone on the card reader, and then they start going through the pictures, and either that or they put them in their laptop and then look for the pictures they want, and then they edit and then they send them.
Yeah.
Well, me in between rounds, I'll go through my pictures and I'll load through to my phone on the Wi-Fi the camera has. So once I get them on my phone within like a couple seconds, I look at them, I'll edit them in Lightroom on my phone real quick, boom, send them out, and they're gone. You know, I'll send them to whoever, either like like the, what do you call that? I forgot her name. Like back in that day was Lisa Milner. She
Yeah.
was with I think kind of like I don't know if it was like she worked with like Mayweather Promotions and
Mm-hmm.
a couple other people. But it was pretty dope because I just sent them directly to her. Like I could put them on a Dropbox, and then they'll go directly to the Dropbox, and then they'll just populate,
Yeah.
And I do it all through Wi-Fi.
That's fucking
So
crazy,
people,
bro. Sorry, I mean to interrupt. Go ahead. My bad.
no. It's pretty dope because everybody else has to fucking, they'll edit after the fight, or they'll fucking load their shit after the
Mhm.
fight, or something like that.
Yeah.
While me, I sometimes do it in between rounds.
That's crazy, bro. That's props to you, dude. Like, and it's like you're saying you're the new school, bro. Like you know, that's something I've always wondered. Like, how do you act? Like, it's crazy because you see content go out so fast. You know, in between rounds, you see like, oh, here's this person freaking here's this person like they just dropped this or whatever right away. Boom, you see it like on Twitter, the socials, and then the pictures too. You know, like everything. I don't know. It's crazy. Like I don't even know like what the process was behind that, but that's cool, bro. Like you, so I would even call you like an innovator, bro, because like you're saying, you kind of change. You're kind of the way you put out the pictures and shit. You're just like changing it up. It's not. You're
Yeah.
doing it like you're doing it on the spot. That's crazy. With like other people, it's like you make do with what you got. You just fucking put the pictures
Yeah.
on your phone and then boom, edit them and send them out. That's cool, bro. That's smart, dude. And
Right.
honestly, oh, what?
I actually got props from several different photographers because at first they would make fun of me because they're like, fucking mirrorless, this guy's a fucking fake photographer and blah blah. Like, he doesn't even have a DSLR and blah. Like, I could hear him talking shit,
Mm-hmm.
and I ended up finding out like one of the guys that was talking shit about my camera, he started seeing my work everywhere, so he was just like, what the fuck, like, all right, like, damn, maybe it's not so bad after all.
Yeah.
And later on, I find out that he considers me one of the best photographers in the game. And I was like, what the hell? Like, and this guy's one of the fucking top guys, dude. That's in that has like a lot of the badass photos that that the fighters sign and they post it wherever, in their gyms or wherever.
Yeah.
And I was kind of blown away one time because I took a photo of Miguel Cotto and I showed it to Freddie Roach, and Freddie Roach fell in love with it. He's like, "Oh my God, that's fucking beautiful." And I had it printed out. I had to print it out one of one. It was just one photo that I printed. It was him hitting the speed bag, and I had every single detail of him, dude. Like you could see his pores on his face, the sweat, the tattoos, everything, bro. And I framed it, and I took it to him. I said, "Here, I want to give this to you." And he's like, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I go, "I want to give this to you. This is one of one. Like, there's no other one like it, you know."
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like, "Oh my God, thank you so much." And he actually told me, he's like, "You and your daughter can come and train here forever for free."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Holy shit!" And he put my picture. He removed a picture from one of his recognized photographers. He took it off the wall and put mine there. I was blown away with that.
Bless you, King. That's tight, bro.
Thank you.
I think like it's dope when your work is recognized, you know. And I think like, as I would call you a content creator too, because you're creating content like with pictures and stuff, and then like, well, you said your son does the videography, but that's also content, you know. So I think like myself, I can relate to that because when I see like something hit or something, like so for example, today I posted this fucking simple ass video, obviously it's not on the caliber of your stuff, but I was like super proud of it because I posted this video. I went to New York and I had like a chopped cheese sandwich, and it was my first time,
Yeah.
right? And I posted it, and I posted it on TikTok, and it didn't get that much engagement. But then I posted it on Instagram, and then it got like 5,000 impressions and like a bunch of likes, and I was like, holy shit! Like I felt like a little accomplished. I was like, cool, like something I did is getting like a bit of recognition. So I mean, it's not on the level of what you're doing, but I hella feel that, So
Yeah, no, it feels badass.
but that's what's up, bro. Like props to you, and man, you're only gonna keep getting more gigs from here,
Yeah.
So moving on from like that, I bet we could fucking talk about that shit forever. I know you're on your. Yeah. By the way, y'all who forever is watching and listening, make sure to check out Luis Mejia socials and stuff. He's actually on his way to work, so huge shout out to him for doing this while he's going to his next gig. So we appreciate you, bro. Combat Sports Collective, dude. Tell me more about that, man. Like, what's that about and shit?
Well, I had created that because when I started shooting photography, I noticed that a lot of the fighters, the B-side fighters, didn't have shit. They didn't have the clothing, they didn't have the shoes, they didn't have the gloves, they didn't have the team, the outfits, and it seemed like they were going in there just to be punching bags. And I didn't like that, bro, because that's not my style. You know what I mean? I believe in fairness. As a Libra, we believe in fairness a lot, and I figured I was going to create a team and have that team be a strength and conditioning coach, photographer, videographer, like a promoter, for marketing and stuff. Just a lot of different areas to help fighters that need it, And what I wanted to do was I wanted to remove, I guess, what do you call it, the stigma behind, helping boxers and stuff, because I know a lot of, like, boxing is a real lonely sport, and it's really greedy, bro. And a lot of people don't really talk about it, but it's really greedy. And a lot of people, they just want shit for free, and they want to use you, and then they throw you to the side.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to change that. I wanted to put the value in the fighter so that when they do get signed, like my services and stuff would be paid for by the promoter. You know what I mean? So what I started doing was I started helping, fighters by taking their photos, giving them like their image, because a lot of fighters, people don't even know who they are. You know what I mean? And like, for example, how you said your buddy Ivan. Just imagine if nobody has ever saw him fight, and then I take a badass shot of him and I send it to him. He has that. He posts that. And people are like, oh damn, you're a fighter. like, oh shit, that's a badass shot, or oh, that was a badass punch, or, you know what I mean? And
bro.
it starts rattling cages,
Bro, like what you're talking about is like one of the biggest pain points I see with so many. So for me, I know a bunch of boxers, dude, and one of the biggest things, bro, and like I know a lot of people don't like Ryan Garcia, but man, that man is a marketing genius, you know? Like he's getting like all these fucking people like through TikTok and shit. He's getting a bunch of different audiences. One of the biggest things, and I think one of the biggest pain points that you're resolving is like marketing for boxers, dude, because a lot of boxers, they don't be putting their shit out there. They don't have nice pictures. They don't have like everything you're saying, dude. Like you're hitting the nail on the head. And it's like if you don't see them fight, how are you gonna know they're a fighter, you know? But if you see like a bomb picture, it's like holy shit, like, oh, you're a fighter, that's crazy, you know? So dude,
Yep.
big pain point, bro. And like I tell a bunch of my homies like that are boxers, dude, you guys got to start marketing yourselves. I'm a marketer, dude. I went to school for business and like marketing, right? So you know,
Right.
like I see opportunity in everyone, like not just my friends that are boxers in general. I'm just like, you got to put content out, bro. Like for example, with
Yeah.
streaming, like I'm streaming right now, right? I'm doing this podcast. If I only did this
Right.
podcast, people would only see this. But then I put it on YouTube. I just started putting it on Spotify, and then I put it on fucking on Instagram, like a little clip. So it's like exactly what you're saying, bro. You know, that's dope that you do that. Cause yeah, exactly. Like people pay for that shit too. You know, like, and it's dope that you guys. I don't know. I think like that's a like exactly what you're saying. Ever since I've gone to fights and stuff, I see people get taken to get like the B side. The people they get taken to get beat up. They don't get like gear. They don't get treated right, and I'm just kind of like, holy shit, bro. Like that's kind of fucked up, you know. Um,
Yeah, because I've seen some stuff where like you got the B side outside in the damn tent, while the A side is inside in a room with fucking water and fucking everything, amenities and shit.
yeah,
And that's fucked up, bro.
it is, bro. So kudos to you, bro, and the rest of your combat sports collective peeps, dude, because that's tight, man. I think that's really great because I see that too much. Like I go to fights and shit, and then I see people like exactly what you're saying, not even get treated right. I remember I went to this fight where my homie Ivan went, right, and ultimately he lost and shit, but he we were trying to get people in for his fight, right, and then they made like for him and my other friend that fought, like we were trying to get them into the venue, and they actually like were like, oh, are you part of this person's party? And then I was like, no, and they're like, oh well, they have to wait in line. But the other person, they were like, oh, you guys can come in, like letting them come to the front of the line, you know. I hate that shit,
Yeah.
bro. I hate that shit, you know. But I get it. Like, I see what they're trying to do. They build fighters up so they can fucking, like, I don't know. They could be like,
This
oh,
is, this is the key, though, bro. And this is what fighters don't understand. And this is what I tell a lot of the fighters, bro. You have to mind your fucking business. You are a business. As a fighter, you're not a fighter. You're a fucking businessman. You know what I mean? When you go to fight, dude, like you have to sell yourself because that's what the money you're gonna make. If you're just there quiet and just stand there like a fucking like a dummy, who's gonna know you? You're not gonna stir up any kind of controversy. You're not gonna stir up any kind of excitement in anybody. They're just gonna be like, who's this guy?
mm-hmm.
They're not gonna bother to try to look out for you, see who you are, see how you fight. I mean, you gotta sell yourself, bro. You gotta business.
Hold that thought, bro.
You're a 1099 businessman.
Oh, you just can you repeat a little what you said, like within the last 30 seconds? You kind of breaking up.
Still, I'm going through the mountains or the hills, or whatever.
Oh, you're good, bro.
Um, mm,
I know you're
you
tired, bro. I
know,
appreciate. No, why I didn't hear. Yeah, you're going through the mountains. I didn't hear what you were saying though. You were saying you're kind of breaking up where you're talking about how you got to mind your business, that you're 1099, and then everything in between that I didn't hear.
yeah, what I was saying was, as a fighter, you have to sell yourself because if you don't sell yourself, you're not going to sell tickets. That's how you get paid. You get paid by the venue and by selling your tickets and yourself. And if you don't promote yourself properly, you're not gonna get shit. You know.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. Yeah, but it's breaking up a little bit, but you're good. I'll just give it a second. Um, what would he recommend as a camera for a budget starter? I'll ask him right now when he comes back. Now, not to see, shout out to the homie Luis, dude. He's actually on his way to his next job, and so we appreciate his time and stuff. So, all right, you're back. Um, but yeah, bro, it's exact. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, bro, it's exactly like you're saying, dude. You gotta market yourself. You gotta, make a splash and shit, and kind of, I don't know. And that's what I see with like my homie. He goes in there and like he's been the B side like for all his fights, and he's just like, fuck this, bro. I'm not here to lose. I'm here to stir up some shit. And every time he's fought, bro. I mean, you were there for his first fight, dude. Like I thought he got robbed. I thought that should have been he should have won, but it was a draw. But yeah, he freaking every time he's fought, he's been the B side, and I'm just like, bro, you gotta like don't act like you're the B side, market yourself, put your shit on social media, but yeah, I agree with what you're saying, bro. That's tight. My friend my friend Mexican Snorlax in the chat is asking, what would you recommend as a camera for a budget starter? Like
To shoot, to do what kind of shooting?
I think like so for me, I used to use my A7 III for live streaming, but I use it for like videography, live streaming. Well, actually, I don't use it for live streaming anymore, but videography and photography. But what kind of camera do you mean, Sorlax?
Well, either way, I mean, regardless, at this point in time right now with the technology that's out there, any camera is good.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's a Canon, Nikon, Sony, whatever, anything that's at least 15 megapixels and above, 24 megapixel, 30 megapixel, it's all going to depend on you and your settings after that. Because you can, like I said, I've shot shit where I've had a budget ass little camera, bro, that's cost me like $500, and I take a shot and people are like, "What the fuck? Like, how'd you get that shot?" And I'm like, "Oh, I actually, it's funny as I just remembered. I did we went to go shoot, me and two buddies. We went to Long Beach, and my buddy's friend that came along had a 5 DSR, which is a Canon, pretty expensive camera. The lens alone was more expensive than my camera and my lens and my tripod.
Jesus.
Just to give you an idea. We all three of us were out there. We're shooting Long Beach and all the bridge and the colors and stuff, right? Well, I snap a picture, and this guy snaps a picture with his camera. He looks at my picture and says, "What the fuck?" He's like, "What camera is that?" And I told him, "Oh, it's a Pentax K3." Camera was over $5,000 minimum. It was probably like $6-7 grand. He literally went and returned his camera.
So just to recap real quick, what you said, you had a Pentax camera, and your camera took better pictures than his Canon 5D, and then he just returned it.
Yeah, pretty much, because he couldn't believe the quality of photo that came out of my camera.
Bro, I'd be so pissed.
Right? Because he thought the more expensive the camera, the better the picture, but it doesn't always work that way.
Nah, yeah. It's definitely the photographer. Like for me, you saw me, bro. I had my A7 III, and even with that camera, like I don't even know what the fuck I was doing, And I would see the pictures. You would tell me, holy shit, like you're killing it, But yeah, nah. But there you go, Sorlax. There's the answer to your question. So basically, it just depends on the pixels, And if you want to know again, you just gotta listen to this shit again. So that's cool though, bro. Like the whole combat sports collective, I think that's a big pain point. A lot of people don't have that, dude. They don't have like imagery for themselves. Like they don't have all that shit, dude. And it's definitely needed, And I think that that's a really big pain point that you guys are trying to fix. And I think that, dude, that's dope. Honestly, I'm like, I'm hella hyped that you guys are trying to fix that because I see that shit. I see people come into fights, and I'm just like, dude, like that's insane, bro. Like you guys need to kind of be smarter about your shit, you know?
Right. Well, one thing I tell everybody, it's kind of like, you know, because every time it comes down to photography, if you really think about it, everybody's like, nah, it's just a photographer. Nah, it's just, you know, whatever. It's like, you know, why is it so much? Why is it so expensive? Blah, 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 blah. If I don't take a picture of your ass, you never happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I tell everybody. If you get married and if you don't have a photographer, you didn't get married. Nobody knows. You don't have a memory. You don't have the fucking memories, dude. And how else are you gonna stop a moment in time, bro, without a fucking photo?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How are you supposed to look back on your life, and or even, you know, if you have a legacy, bro, with no photos? How is anybody gonna remember Muhammad Ali's fuck? You know that punch where he's throwing, where he's standing over. I forgot who he was standing over, but you know he's standing over him like this, you know, and then the black and white photo. You know, if we didn't have that photo, bro, people wouldn't really remember Muhammad Ali.
Yeah. That's true.
So I always tell people, man, you can't skip on the photography, man, because that's what's gonna give you your memories.
Nah, bro, I'm gonna just tell you right now, off the get, that's gonna be a clip later that I'm gonna post on Instagram. Cause, dude, every time I travel places, like people are like, damn, I don't want to take pics, and I'm like, damn, bro. Later on in life, you're gonna die, or someone is gonna die, and you're gonna be like, damn, I wish I had more pictures with them, you know? And it's happened to me where, like, damn, I think about shit, and I'm like, dude, I don't even have, like, what pictures do I have with this person? It's crazy, you know? I don't really got that many. So that one, I think that's powerful shit right there, bro. So I fucks with that, dude.
Think of it like this, bro. They say that when you're about to die, your whole life passes right before, you know, flashes before your eyes. What else is gonna flash before you but pictures?
Yeah.
So that's why, you know, don't ever skimp on your photography.
Well, next time I see your ass, I'm gonna take a picture with you, bro. Dude. Well, hopefully I see another fight coming up. How much longer do you have to you're at your job, bro? I just want to make sure I'm asking you all this shit before you gotta go, you know?
I got probably like another 30, 45 minutes to get there.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah,
fuck listening to the radio, bro. Fuck the radio. No, I'm just kidding. You're all trying to be all like bandas and shit. Let's see. So, well, we already talked about Combat Sports Collective. I really fuck with that. Actually, one more question. What's the criteria that you look for to work with boxers, you know? For anyone interested.
As in what? Like, what do you mean?
Like, yeah, what do you look for? Like do you guys scout people, or do they come to you guys and they're like, yo, I want to join your collective? Like, how can I do that, you know?
No, I mean, I just, anytime I go to shoot, if I see that they're humble and that they need help, like say for example, if they're sparring, or if they're at my gym, or if I'm at a gym and I see them training and I see them hitting the bags or whatever, I'll take a couple photos. I'll get their Instagram and I'll send them a couple photos, and I'll just help them out just in general. And then, you know, sometimes they'll be like, hey, you know what? Is there any way you can, you know, take some photos of me? Or is there, you know, next time you come into the gym, can you shoot a couple? Or, you know, and I'll be like, yeah, I'll take a couple. Because I normally don't like the stuff like that when I'm in the gym or when I go to other gyms and stuff. I don't charge them, bro. Like, you know, I do. This is my passion. So if they want something more personalized, then yeah, you know, if they want like a one-on-one session where I gotta, you know, bring my light and fabricate and do some crazy shots or something, then yeah, I charge, you know. But
yeah,
for the most part, you know, like, if they got a fight or if they got a sparring, they want to go to they want me to go to their sparring and it's kind of out of my way or something, and you know they want me to go, I'll charge them, you know, to shoot the sparring, or unless if they, you know, I have one guy, his name's Juan de Dios. He's coming up, and he's always been real humble, real cool with me. And I gave him some shirts one time, and he sports the shit out of them, bro. Like he wears them everywhere. And so I go and I'll shoot his sparrings, or I'll shoot like, you know, pictures of him or whatever, you know. And sometimes he pays me, sometimes I do it just to do it, and I keep giving him shirts and just because I know our boxers go through shirts a lot, so
Yeah.
sometimes I'll just give him 2, 3 shirts or whatever. And we kind of do that. Me and my partner, my partner's real dope, man. His name's Steve Oliveros, and he helped me pretty much blow this whole thing up to where it's at now, and it's badass, bro. It's just growing and growing, and now I got this opportunity with Brian, and I kind of become a part of the family a little bit, where I've gone to their house and chilled,
Yeah.
kicked it with them, and now I get to shoot his fight, and it's a really huge fight, bro. So I'm pretty stoked, man.
Damn, you're making me want to go to that shit, bro. It's at the legendary spot too. Honestly, you go there. Yeah, dude. You go there, there's fights at the fight.
Right?
But but yeah, dude. Nah, that's tight, bro. So for those of you listening, if you guys are boxers, there it is, dude. That's how you could work with Combat Sports Collective, the dopest. But yeah, tell me more about your gym, dude. Like, how did that get started, or just what do you like? How's it running a gym, bro? I'm sure like the whole COVID shit, you're probably even tired of talking about that shit. You're like, damn, I hate this topic.
COVID didn't even affect us.
You know what?
That COVID didn't even affect the gym at all, really.
Oh, nah?
Nah, because it's the middle of Southgate, and it's in it's kind of a little hidden from the street, so
Yeah.
they wouldn't really come and mess with us,
Nah,
But the story is. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say the story of how it came about is pretty crazy because I originally started shooting photography for a media outlet from Florida, which is Front Proof Media. And Nancy from Supreme ended up seeing my photos one time at I think it was Kodo Kamagai weigh-in. And she asked me if I wanted to be a part of Supreme Boxing. I'm like, yeah, that'll be dope. And I started kind of working my way up. So then, fast forward, I ended up shooting enough to where I got to a point where I was able to start helping the fighters. And I helped a couple of fighters. I shot Jaime Munguia and Jose Cepeda in the beginning stages before they blew up.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up trying to do the combat sports thing as a team for fighters, so that way they had a full team behind them and didn't have certain shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I ended up falling off with the trainer that I was working with, and another guy that kind of helped me out a little bit. I feel it's kind of out of greed, or I don't know. Something happened in between, and I didn't appreciate it, and I just asked both of them. I said, "Hey, I'm like, you guys still gonna roll combat sports, or you gonna go solo?" And they both told me they're gonna roll solo, and I'm like, "All right, cool." And I already knew that I was gonna get kind of was not possession, but I knew I was gonna be a part of Knockouts boxing gym. But I didn't tell them because I didn't want that to be a deciding factor for them to stay or go.
Yeah.
I figured if they were gonna be legit, they were gonna stay regardless of whether I had it or not. So they decided to go on their own, even though I kind of helped develop whatever they made. And I was like, you know what, it's cool, fine. You guys do your thing, and no hard feelings, and it is what it is. And right as soon as I pulled out the next day, I posted up, boom, Knockouts Boxing Gym, and they were kind of like, what the hell? They kind of tripped out because they realized, oh shit, like this guy was asking for a reason,
Mm-hmm.
And my partner Steve, he just told me, he's like, don't even worry about it. He's like, we got this because, whatever you're doing is legit, and you're doing it genuinely. So only good things can come from that.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's keep rocking, And And sure enough, bro, we were working together and we were just helping the gym out a bit, and we ended up getting a like an offer to kind of buy a portion of the gym, and that kind of went a little sour because of some internal issues that they had, and what ended up happening is we ended up going directly to the actual owner of the gym, and we spoke to him directly, and we ended up getting a portion of the gym, which is I think it's equivalent, I think half. So I think me and my partner own half of the gym, and it's history from there, bro. Like we put in there like several machines and like the I forgot what it's called. It's not by. It's like the tip of my tongue right now. The Vertimax.
What the fuck
I
is
don't
a
know if you ever seen the
Vertimax?
Vertimax. It's where you tie those the silicone little bands to your wrist and your waist, and when you're punching it's pulling you back.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's like a big old flat piece of wood, and you're just on top of it, and it's pulling your hands down as you're punching. It's pretty badass.
I don't think
So
I've
we
heard
did
of it,
that.
but I think I've seen the one where but I don't think they have like an actual. The people I see, they just put like the fucking the rubber shit, and then they just the old school way. They're just like.
Yeah,
But yeah, go ahead, my bad.
yeah, we have one that's actually specifically made for that,
No, but that's cool, bro.
among other stuff.
That's tight, man. And props to you for taking the risk, dude. That's definitely tough, like, and I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta, I don't know, if shit doesn't work out or if people's shit change. And I think it was cool that you didn't bring up like that you were gonna be a part of the gym, because you're just like, yo, like, you in or not? And then they're probably seeing like, oh, this guy had like shit like that was gonna go down, and that's why he asked. And then they were probably like, damn, kind of regret it, not. I kind of regret not staying, but that's
Yeah,
it'd be like that, dude.
yeah, because I mean, I wasn't. I pretty much I didn't have a plan B, bro. And I told him from the get go. I said, look, man, I go if I start this, I said I don't have no plan B, and I'm not gonna fucking stop. I don't give a shit,
Mhm.
and it is what it is. And I did it, and we kept going, and it's still there. It's still going right now. We kind of slowed down a little bit because I'm working on building my personal business doing telecom for T-Mobile right now.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going right now. So I'm an electrician, and I build cell sites for T-Mobile, like all the new 5G stuff.
Hmm.
So it's just me and my other partner, and we're building that. So I'm building that. I'm building the gym. I'm trying to build the gym. I got my photography, videography, and it's a lot, bro. But somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, dude. And I don't know. You can really can't like no one can take it away from you. That's what you're doing. So
Yeah.
that's tight, bro. I respect it a lot, man. I think
Thanks.
you're killing it, bro. Um,
Yeah.
but that's cool, man. That's cool. Owning like, there's nothing like having your own shit. Your own gym. Like no one could tell you what to do. It's just like, all right, bro. Like we're gonna like I don't know. I feel like sometimes I be going to gyms and I'm like, fuck, this shit sucks. Like there's all these rules, but it's like, now you make the rules.
Right. I no, and the funny thing is that like I still feel weird, bro, because it still hasn't hit me.
Yeah.
Like I have a key to the gym. I have the combos and everything for the gym to get in there anytime I want. But I feel weird still. Like it hasn't hit me. My partner tells me, he's like, "Oh, have you gone to the gym yet?" I'm like, "Well, no." I'm like, "Cause I'll say some stupid ass excuse." He's like, he tells me, he tells me like this. He goes, "Carnal." He's like, "You're fucking part owner, dude. What the fuck is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, dude, but and it's funny because I don't know if it's just that I'm just so humble that I don't, you know what I mean? Like I don't really emphasize on that shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or it's just I just don't believe it. I don't know. Like, because I feel weird because I go in there and everybody's like, hey, how are you, Hefe? Whatever. And I'm just like, huh? Like, it kind of just, that throws me off.
I think that's what it
'Cause
is, bro. Like you're just doing so many great things that you're just kind of like, damn, is this real? Like it's like you work your ass off, and I feel like sometimes you don't really see how far you've come. Especially you're a Libra too. I'm the same fucking way, bro. I don't give myself credit for a lot of things, you know. So I feel like when you finally see something, you're just like, it's whatever. Like you kind of downplay it, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And you know the funny thing is that right now that you bring it up, though, because we're Libras, you know, we don't give ourselves a lot of credit. People think that we do it so that we can get credit.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand that our mentality is like that. Like when I'm like that, it's because I'm humble, dude. Like I don't see myself better than the next guy, you know. And I've always told everybody, dude, like we all bleed the same.
Yeah.
So for me, like you know how the fucking janitor, the fucking one who picks up the trash, the person who's picking bottles out of the trash can. I treat everybody the same, bro. Like I don't fucking treat anybody better than anybody else because they're in a certain level or a certain place. Like I treat everybody the same, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a big part of it.
I feel that, bro. Until someone gives you a reason not to treat them the same, huh?
And but even then, I will not mistreat them. I will just walk away.
Yeah.
And I will remove myself. You know what I mean? And I don't even give them the opportunity to keep offending me. And then they figure out once I pull away and I'm gone, they're like, oh shit, I was a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm, I no harm, no foul with me. I don't, you didn't do nothing to me. You just lost somebody that was genuine, you know?
Yeah, I feel that. It's my bad, bro. Say for me, you know? But it's cool. At least you fucking set your boundaries, bro. That's good. No, that's tight though, bro. Honestly, props to you, man. Like, dude, you're doing the damn thing, man. And I feel like, I don't know, today it's getting harder to do things. It's getting harder to be like independent, entrepreneurs, all that kind of shit. So, props to you, bro. It's true, like you're saying, sometimes people are greedy. Sometimes people just switch it up. But you've managed to stay consistent and keep shit and basically keep making shit happen. I'm curious, dude. Like, how'd you end up? Like, how'd you start? Like, what led you to do all this shit? Like boxing and shit, or just like photography came first, obviously, right? Or was it like
no? It was funny because I originally when I was a kid, I was young. I don't know if you ever remember the black boxers and stuff, and it was basically UFC, but it wasn't UFC yet. It was just black market fucking like brawling, like fights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this was right before the UFC became the UFC. And I had a coach when I was playing Little League, and he would tell me, he's like, "Hey, so you like fighting?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I go, "I like watching fighting and stuff, you know." And he's like, he invited me over to his house because his son played with me, play baseball with me. So we went to his house and we would watch these fights on fucking the black box. And these fights were like bare knuckle almost, where it was just you wrap your hands and it was just fucking go at it, bro. Yeah. Like bare knuckle boxing is right now,
Yeah.
There was no rules, no none of that shit. There were guys you could punch them in the balls and bite them and shit. And that's how it was, right? You know what I mean? And I fell in love with that. I was like, dude, that's badass, So as time went on, dude, I watched the first UFC, bro, and I've watched every single Pride Championship fight. I've watched pretty much every UFC fight, and I've always loved combat sports. You know what I mean? And for some reason, I was just like, man, one day I want to shoot. I want to be a photographer. I want to be ringside, But I never pictured how it was all going to go down because I love photography. I love taking pictures. I love the scenery. I love just a lot of watching. When you go on Google and you see a bunch of pictures, a bunch of nice stuff, And I was buying camera after camera after camera and I was trying to get that shot and I could never get the shot. I'm like, what the fuck am I missing, dude? Like, what is it? I was buying like Canon point and shoots and fucking little those little Olympus cameras and a bunch of different cameras, and I was always trying to get different shots of different things,
Yeah.
But it would never hit. I was like, nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. So at my house, I had like fucking 10 cameras, bro, just thrown there because I went through so many cameras and I could never get the shot that I wanted. Until finally one day, my nephew goes to my house with his buddy, and he brought over a Pentax. He had a K50. The camera itself, I think, was like $500 if that. And actually, no, it was probably like 250, $300. And he comes to my house and he has this old Pentax lens, and it's manual. Like it was, everything was manual. The aperture, everything was manual on it. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, what kind of camera is that, dude? He's always my Pentax K50, and he's always my 50 millimeter 1.8 prime lens. So I grab it. I got it. I go, let me borrow. Let me take a picture. So I grab it. My daughter was right there. My daughter was little, and I go and I take a picture of her, bro. And I was like, I'm fucking sold, dude. I go, this is exactly what I was looking for. And he was like, what? What do you mean? And I'm like, you see this picture? Do you see the way it looks? I've been looking for that type of shot for years. And I just, for some reason, never asked anybody. And I never I never understood that to get those type of photos, you have to get like a DSLR style camera with a aperture, low aperture, and that way you get the depth of field. And I still have that picture, and it's on my Instagram of my baby. But that was a turning point. And that next day, I bought me a Pentax K50 with 2 lenses, a bag, a memory card, and I think extra batteries. And I started shooting, bro. And I started buying lenses off like my nephew's friend, and I would go on Amazon or eBay, and I would buy lenses and shit. So all in all, I probably spent $20,000-$30,000 on camera gear.
Fuck, if you can see my face right now, bro. Holy shit. Nah, but it's
Yeah,
an investment, dude. Honestly, it's an investment. Like, I don't know. I feel like we spend $20,000-$30,000 on worse shit, you know? Like fucking,
yeah.
I don't know, like fast food. I definitely spent that much, and like shoes.
Oh,
But
right.
yeah, that's definitely like an investment, bro. So I don't know. That's and like you find. I think like it's cool. You finally found what you were looking for and shit. Cause yeah, I think that's the hard part about like taking pictures and stuff. People don't really tell you what to do, or you just kind of gotta figure it out yourself. And you kind of figured it out by trial by error kind of shit. You're just like, oh shit, like let me use your camera. Oh fuck, like this shit's dope. So.
And see, and the funny thing was that I learned that shit right away, bro. Like I went on YouTube and started looking up, f-stop, ISO, shutter speed and all that. Dude, I started fucking researching the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And sure enough, bro, I was getting the people were like, hey man, how much do you charge? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't even know I don't even know what I'm doing. They're like, no, dude, like your fucking pictures are fucking amazing. And I'm like, huh? And they're like, yeah, man, like your pictures are amazing. Like, how do you get these shots? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm thinking to myself, like, this is my shitty work. Like, to me at least, because I'm very critical of my work. So for me, it's like, I'll look at something, I'll be like, nah, I don't like it. And somebody will come by like, oh my God, dude, that's so freaking badass. I'm like, what the hell? So yeah, dude, it's a trip, man. And I started buying. I bought a camera, my K5, no, my K50. I bought my K50, my K3, my K1, and then I bought an Olympus. What was it? Yeah, Olympus. And then I bought a Sony, and then I bought another Sony. And then I bought a whole bunch of lenses for my Pentax. So my Pentax lenses were easily fucking 10, 20 grand. And then I had to buy lenses for my Sony now, and my grip, my batteries, and all my other shit. So, lenses for Sonys are minimum $1,000 each.
Yeah, it's expensive.
So just the lenses alone, yeah, dude, this is freaking nuts. So imagine $3,000 camera plus, almost $2,000 lenses. It adds up real quick.
So basically, like, just to sum it up, you just started buying cameras. You're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do some photography, and then eventually you found out like this is like what I've been looking for. This is the kind of picture I've been looking for, and now that's crazy, bro. That's dope, And the whole UFC shit too, dude. That's tight. You grew up watching like combat sports, and I definitely feel like the same thing. I fell in love with boxing. Like it was like a family affair for us. Like we'd fucking watch
Right.
like Oscar de la Hoya. Fucking throw the carne asada. Freaking, and then
Right.
the La Hoya's fighting. Oh yeah, let's go. Freaking carne asada is like show is lit. And now
I know.
it's dope. So I think like that's sick. That's how you like I don't know, you kind of found this. It's crazy. Like I think today, bro, anything could be a thing. Like anything, any passion could
Yep.
be like something that you're doing. Oh, what are you gonna
Right.
say?
Yeah. I mean, as long as you put in the work, dude, like anything, you can make something out of anything, bro.
Yeah,
Like Al
dude.
Bundy said, if you build it, they will come. I've always, I've always used that, dude. I've told everybody, like, hey, if you build it, they'll come because that's what I did. I just kept trying to build on my own without asking for any kind of recognition, without asking for any handouts. Like, hey, like, help me. I just did what I did, bro, and I just showed my work, and people started seeing my work, and slowly but surely, like it built on its own, bro. With just, I mean, obviously, it also helps to be a genuine, humble person and somebody that communicates well. Um, that's my other thing is that when people meet me, they see how humble and how chill I am. They're just like, bro, like you're an awesome dude to be around, and it opens more doors for me, and that's what I love, man.
Now they see how attractive you are. They're like, oh fuck, look at that fool. He's a stud. Piche chulo. Aha! No, I'm just kidding. Damn, you froze, bro. Just kidding. Oh, there you go. Nah, but yeah, no, that's tight, bro. I feel that, and yeah, definitely. Like, I feel like good energy attracts good energy and stuff. Damn, bro, it's crazy. Like you come a long way, bro, and it's crazy. Like just meeting you, I just thought like you were just a photographer, but like there's so much more to you. There's so much more depth to you and shit. Damn, that's tight. I think what's cool too is that you've kind of like you have like kids and shit. You passed on like your skills to like your son. Now your son knows how to do like videography and shit. It's like a family thing. It's like something dope that you passed down. So that's tight.
Yeah. And the other thing too is that, like, aside from aside from doing my own business in electrical and building sites for T-Mobile, I help another company. I do all their electrical and stuff. I do the photography and videography, and on top of all of that, I'm a single dad with two kids, bro. Like my daughter and my son live with me, so people don't realize that I still do that. You know,
Yeah.
I'm a father. And my kids love me, and I love my kids to death. And I spend as much time as I can with my kids, and it's just like I hear a lot of people with excuses of, oh, I can't do it, or oh, I'm too tired, and bullshit, bro. For the past 2 weeks, I was waking up at 4 in the morning, going to the gym at 5. I would go to the gym at 5, get out something at 6:30, sometimes 7 o'clock, and then come straight to work out here in Bakersfield. Work all day, and then still drive home 2 hours again, and get home like around 7, 8 o'clock at night. Spend a little bit of time with my kids, and then go to sleep and do it all over again.
Damn, you
So
gotta drive
I
all the
got
way
it.
to fucking Bakersfield? What the fuck? That's hella far. I bet there's hella
Yeah,
traffic
bro.
too, huh?
Sometimes I've been driving over here for almost. It's gonna be 3 weeks already. It's 3 weeks.
Damn.
4 hours a day, bro. Two here and two back.
I feel like,
Yeah,
it's interesting that you bring that up, bro, because, I feel like you normally just see, like, single moms and this and that, but you never see, like, single dads get hyped up, too. I don't know.
you know.
Like, do you feel like it's because you don't really be talking about it as much and shit, or, like, what do you think?
What do you mean? Say it again?
Like, you normally see, like, a bunch of, like, women, like, get hyped up, like, oh, yeah, freaking, I'm a single mom and shit. But, like, you rarely hear about, like, single dads. Like you really hear like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, like I'm a single dad, like I be doing all this shit. So, like, you think it's just because you don't be talking about it or what?
Um, I think it's just I don't think it's that's common, or I just think maybe because as fathers, we as at least speaking from a good father perspective, I don't need to talk about it. I don't need to tell people like, hey, I'm a good dad. Like, or hey, like how you hear a lot of mothers were like, oh, I'm a single mother, I'm independent, I do my thing, and I take care of my
Yeah.
kids, and blah, blah, blah. They're fucking walking around all bougie and shit. Like us men, we don't do that. Like I do what I do because I love it. I do what I
Yeah.
do because I love my kids. I put it down for my kids, bro, and I'll die for my kids no matter what. I don't give a shit. Like I'll work my ass off until my fucking bones pop out of my fucking fingers. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
for my kids. You know what I'm saying? And I know there's not a lot of dads out there that do that, bro. And being a girl dad, dude, like my daughter, bro, I fucking pamper her, dude. I take her to get her nails done, her hair, her feet, her eyelashes, fucking facials, and like, I take care of her, bro. Like I buy her clothes and make sure she's, cleaning her room, cleaning the
Mhm.
house, and teaching her like, most men should, you know what I mean? And teaching her, hey, like, you know what? Like I buy her flowers every week. I open the door for her when she gets in the truck, or inside a building or any whatever, and I try to raise that standard as a father, so that way, the guy who's gonna come and sweep her off her feet is gonna have to be at least as good as me or better.
Yeah. That's tight, dude.
So a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that my kids, they both live with me, and they've always lived with me, and aside from all the fucking hustling that I do, bro, like the few hours that I get, to sleep, I sleep, and then everything else is there for them.
Yeah.
So I don't, I tell people I don't want to hear no fucking excuses from nobody, because we all have the same 24 hours in a day, and some people or you can consider them lucky, but it's all hard work, bro. You can call me unlucky all you want, but I busted my ass, bro, for everything that I got.
Yeah. Nah, I respect that, bro. I respect that a lot, man. Because
Thanks.
yeah, and like what you're saying, it's hella true, bro. Like, I mean, and for me, I would say like the one that raised me the most was my mom, and she never said shit like, oh, like I'm tired. Like I never hear my mom say I'm fucking tired, bro. Like I never heard her. I've like literally never heard her say that
Yeah.
she's tired, just until recently, But like my whole life, she's never like, oh, I'm tired or whatever. She just like, oh, always food prepared, like no excuses. So yeah, what you're saying, bro, there's no
Yeah.
excuses, and that's cool, bro. You're setting the standard, man. You know what I mean? You're setting the standard. So, and if
Yeah.
anyone's listening, the homie Luis Mejia, he's single. He's an eligible bachelor. No, you're like, hey, bitch, don't pit me out.
Yeah, be careful though. 'Cause hey, be careful, because I also got a degree in psychology, so
Hey.
I'm not I'm not easily swindled. I'm just kidding.
Hey, dude, actually, talking about that, like talking about a degree in psychology, like, has that shit? Do you see like things before they happen? Are you like, oh, dude, this person's like a sociopath or some shit?
Oh, hell yeah, dude. That's what's helped me build my relationships. It's helped me help people fix their shit, and unintentionally.
Yeah,
I guess because I'm aware of how they are. I've been able to help them, I guess, get some insight on their own shit, because people who are are angry, or people who come at you sideways, or things like that. They're usually people that need the help the most.
yeah,
People that are angry and fight, constantly in some shit. They're constantly negative. They're the ones that need love, bro. They need love. They need somebody to fucking guide them, instead of fucking pointing the finger at them. You know what I mean? And when you learn psychology, bro, you have to. I guess you're not able to look at people the same anymore.
hmm,
So I can't look at somebody that's acting out, yelling and talking shit and screaming. I can't see them the same anymore. I can't be like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna go beat the shit out of this guy real quick so he can shut the fuck up.
yeah,
Now it's like, okay, well, why is he doing that? What caused this guy to do that? And what are his surroundings? And I start trying to, like, not analyze, but I'll put two and two together, and I'll be like, oh, okay, I see. This guy has a troubled childhood. He didn't have his dad, or didn't have his mom, or he was bullied, or certain things like that, and I start working from there, and I'll be like, hey, what's up, man? And you come with kindness, bro, and there's nothing like I tell everybody, there's nothing you can say to somebody that's genuine and kind, bro. You can't talk shit about that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure I don't know if you've ever seen. I don't know if I've never seen somebody that's been kind and genuine, that somebody is able to talk shit about them,
Yeah.
because somebody who's kind and genuine, what can you actually say, bro? That's gonna to hurt this person for what? You can't, because they're true. They're you know what I'm saying? What are you gonna be like? Oh, this guy's too nice of a guy. Fuck this guy. Like, you know what I mean?
You'd be
So
surprised,
that's
you know.
why. No, I mean, but see, those are the people that there's something wrong with this person. They need some kind of love, or they need some kind of help, or some guidance, or something.
Nah, it's
And
a.
it's tell me.
Oh, go ahead, my bad.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
Nah, dude, what you're saying, you have a point, bro. Honestly, like sometimes they're not like they don't need to get their asses beat. Sometimes people need like therapy and shit, you know. Like they need fucking a hug and stuff like that. But it's cool, dude.
For real, dude.
It's cool that you like have that. You know, I think that's important because I feel like on myself sometimes I have trouble. I think like I have a good like sense of like people's characters and shit, because I feel like I'm a pretty genuine dude, and like I would say I'm humble too. But I also kind of see like when people are like they try to antagonize you, or just they're just not good for you, you know. And I think that's something that like as of lately I've been just like, I'm good, bro. I'm not trying to. I don't want to fuck with this energy, you know. Um, but
So,
no, that's good, bro. That's tight, you know. Like you having that degree, I feel like it'll help. And fun fact, dude, I used to actually be a psychology major, and then I switched over to business. And yeah, I kind of like part of me is like, I wonder what would happen if I stuck with like psychology, but I don't know. I just like I'm such a good listener and shit, and I don't know if I know it's not just that, but I'm such a good listener. I'm always listening to people's problems, but I'm like, damn, I have enough problems of my own, bro. Like I try to listen to people's shit all the time, you know?
well, you gotta be selective,
Yeah,
I think that's been the biggest thing. You kind of gotta be able to figure out, okay, this person is just coming crying. If they're crying wolf, they're just coming to cry and fucking. You
yeah.
know what I mean? There's people who actually genuinely need it. You know what I mean? Well, it's just weeding people out. That's all.
Nah, that's true. Fucking I'll probably let you go in a bit, bro. Honestly, let you relax, listen to some corridos. But what I know you like, dude. Tell me more about like the band, like the banda stuff. You know, like what do you like? Are you? I always see you like with like Spanish bands. You know what's going on? Like, are you like you just go do videography, or you just go party? You know?
Well, no, the musicians are my buddies. So,
Mm,
like, I've known one of them is in a famous band, which is Legado Siete. They're pretty famous.
yeah,
He's a bajo sexto player, and his brother was from Los Pistones, which they were coming up already too, and they would invite me. They just invite me like, hey, you want to come? I'm like, yeah, fucking let's roll. So, well, normally people would pay for the concert and stuff. I get in backstage, on stage, and
yeah.
you know, people are like, damn, dude, how do you do it? And this and that. And I'm like, wow, that's what comes with being a genuine good person. You get invited. People like to be around you. They like your energy, and they're not gonna mind you being around. So I go places, and I've been places where people will probably shit their pants. You know,
Like, oh
some shit that you
shit,
see on the news.
dude. Nah, that's tight.
Yeah.
I think I definitely like my friends are in this pretty big band, right? And they're actually breaking up, but they've been super nice enough to like take me with them on a bunch of different like tour dates and shit. And it definitely like makes you feel good, bro. Like, damn, these ones are genuine enough to where they want me to come through, you know. So I feel like that feels dope, you know. It definitely feels good and
Oh,
shit.
man.
Um,
Yeah, yeah.
but Nah, bro. Before we get going, man, honestly, thank you, dude. I appreciate it. This was a dope interview. I don't know. I know, like, I don't know, bro. I don't even know you were gonna be on your way to work, so I'm like, holy shit, dude. Thank you, dude. That makes this shit even more special. You know, you're over here talking while you're on your way to work. You know, what do you got any like last words to say? And if any of you are in the chat and you guys got questions, like, make sure to ask them.
Nothing much. Just follow my journey, I guess. I don't know my my Instagram journey because little by little I'm gonna be blowing up and check out the Combat Sports Collective IG, my Alma Mejia Photography IG as well. I'll be posting some stuff probably tomorrow and Saturday for the Jamel Charlo fight in Castano, and hopefully it just keeps getting better and better from there.
What's your prediction for this weekend, dude? I know who you're rolling with, but like, what do you think? What do you think?
I mean, if it goes to the card, it's going to be really hard for Castagna to win just because of what I saw today. I saw somebody that is with like the WBC, and he has a WBC belt, and a lot of people say that the WBC is crooked. So I'm just kind of worried. And if it does go to the cards, I'm afraid that it'll go the same way again, either a draw or lopsided go, the other way, because he has one belt, and I think Charlo has four: the IBF, WBO, WBC, and I forgot what other one. So I just get worried, bro. But the first fight, I think Castaño took that fight, and being that he was in the hometown of Charlo, they swayed towards Charlo,
Mm-hmm.
And they ended up giving them the draw because they figured, okay, we can't let him lose, so let's just call it a draw and have fight number 2.
Nah, I agree, bro. I think he won that fight. Honestly, I think he edged it, and I was like shocked. I haven't heard much. I hadn't heard much of Castaño or Castaño. My bad. Castaño. I hadn't heard much of Castaño, but he definitely like earned my respect. I was like, not that he needs to earn my respect, but I was just like, damn, hell yeah, bro. This fool, like, I thought he edged it out, but yeah, I'm hoping he wins, man. I think he deserves that dub after he got robbed last time and shit. But yeah, bro. Well, best of luck, brother. And man, what time do you get off tonight or what?
Probably tomorrow morning.
Fuck, so you're there like all night and shit?
Yes, sir.
Damn.
I haven't even really slept, bro.
That's I know.
I did. Yeah, I pulled an all-nighter last night. I didn't. I came in. I left my house like around 3:30, 4 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
and then I got home probably like around 7 something ish, 8 something. I got home and I got a message from Team Castaño saying, hey, like, we got a press conference today at 1 o'clock. Hope to see you there. I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, and what I did was I just got my camera gear, got my, I charged everything up, had everything ready to go, and from there I left to go. I just got a little bite to eat, and then I went to the press conference, and then from the press conference I ended up. It took me about an hour and a half to get home. I laid down for a little bit, man, like maybe fucking an hour or two, just to try to get some kind of sleep, and I ended up having to get up and here I am again, fucking with maybe an hour, 2 hours of sleep, and gonna hit it again.
That's why you told me you were tired. I was like, "Fuck, bro," making me feel bad over here.
No, dude, it's cool. My kids, it was funny because my kids saw me get home this morning, and then I left, and then I got home a little while ago, and then I'm getting my shit. My daughter's like, Dad, where are you going? And I'm like, I'm going to work, Mama. And she's like, what the hell? Like, you just got here. And I'm like, yeah, Mama. I go, that's what Dad does. That's what I do to make sure you guys are good. And she's like, wow, like, dang. My son was just looking at me like, this motherfucker. It was funny, bro. And it was funny because the first time my son, he's like, oh, he's a drive safe, Dad. And I'm like, oh shit, that's the first time I heard him say that, because normally he goes with me or
Yeah.
I'm going local, but now since he knows I've been driving far and he knows that I haven't slept, I was actually surprised. He's like, oh, drive safe, Dad. I'm like, oh shit, right
Uh,
on.
get cute. Nah.
Hey,
Nah, bro. Well, hey, man. Yeah, for real. Get home safe. Get to work safe and get back safe. And yeah, bro. Thank you so much for your time, man. Appreciate you. Make sure to check out the homie Luis Mejia on his socials. Oh, I hope I said that right. Instagram.com/L Mejia Photography or Combat Sports Collective on Instagram, and then Knockout Boxing on Instagram. All right. Make sure to check out the homie
knockouts boxing,
Knockout Boxing.
knockouts boxing.
Knockouts. Okay, Knockouts
Yeah.
Boxing on Instagram. Make sure to show him some love. And yeah, bro, thank you for your time, man. Hella appreciate that, dude. And get home safe. Hopefully I see you soon, man. I'm gonna be at some fights in June, so hopefully you'll be at them too, Then we
Yeah,
can,
yeah, for sure, man. We can get together and have a drink or something.
yeah, on me, bro. I definitely owe you some shots.
It's all right, man.
All right, brother.
Right on.
Appreciate you, dude. Have a great night at work.
All right, man. Thank you. Likewise, bro. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time out and having a podcast with my ugly ass.
Chill, bro. Nah, man. You're cool as fuck, dude. I had to have you on here, man. Nah, thank you, bro. I really appreciate your time, dude. And now we'll do it again
Thank
soon,
you,
man.
man.
And next time I'll have you on here, you're gonna be like way bigger. Watch.
Hopefully, man. Hell yeah. That'll be dope.
Appreciate you, brother. Have a wonderful night, dude.
All right, thank you. You too, man.
All right, bye.